DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the FL1 Sports Podcast here on FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo, Jim Senacropi, and Kyle Evans here with you. Wow, football has a lot of the headlines this week. So we got NFL stuff to discuss, including recapping our picks, making our picks for this upcoming week. College football, there's a lot to kind of dive into there. So
NBA Cup.
the Emirates Cup. Yeah, NBA Cup. Jim apparently just on the NBA Cup here. We got that and more, so a lot to jump into. But first, thank a couple more of our sponsors, including Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. You can visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at the original Waterloo location or all new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. And GoNet Speed, the future of connection is here, and it's fiber made for how we live and work today. GoNet Speed fiber is faster and stronger than anything out there. You can check availability in your area, as well as plans and pricing at GoNetSpeed.com and get ready for fast and reliable fiber internet straight to your home. All right, guys. So we'll be tweaking the format here a little bit on the podcast here. I say we kind of jump into the college football stuff here first, here admittedly. So college football playoff. A lot of drama surrounding that, as always.
Well, the biggest news is Notre Dame, right? They're all crying. Notre Dame fans are crying, feeling like they got screwed.
Yeah, is it Notre Dame though, or is
ACC?
I guess it is maybe technically Notre Dame, but yeah, I view it more from to me anyway, ACC side of it in that sense, because there was just, you have Miami in there, which whatever, but conference champion in Duke, who admittedly is definitely not a top 12 team in the country by any means.
Joke. ACC's a joke.
Yeah.
And, we knew it was a joke before Syracuse joined. I hated it from the start. I knew it would hurt our athletic program, and it certainly has. I'm finally starting to maybe recover a little bit. But, as a northern school, whether you're Boston College or Syracuse, you're too far from Tobacco Road to really get any favors from the ACC. And, they have the lowest television revenue of any of the big conferences. Mm-hmm. And so it's just tough to compete with the Big Ten or the SEC. And you blame that on ACC leadership.
Yeah. And, that's where the Notre Dame element obviously comes in, because they have the conjunction as well on the football side, being independent with the scheduling, which...
Another mistake ACC made.
Yeah.
Like, Notre Dame, you want to come over for all sports, you better come over for football, otherwise we don't want you. And believe me, I'm anti-Notre Dame because I dealt with this in the Big East. If Notre Dame joined the Big East football conference, the Big East probably would still exist, right?
And I would say
Notre Dame, Miami, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, Boston College.
I still view Penn State probably in the bigger...
Well, that's a whole other story for another podcast. But, if I'm the major conferences, I just don't schedule Notre Dame anymore. And guess what? Their program it would totally fall apart because, they can go and play all the group of 5 teams, but if they're not playing teams from the ACC, SEC, or Big Ten, how can they ever get into the playoff, or why would anybody even want to go there anymore?
Yeah. That's the interesting part, right? Is you got the one report yesterday saying that there are schools in those conferences weighing that option to cancel either already agreed upon games or just not even bother going forward with them. So
join the conference, Notre Dame. You're not that special anymore. It's not 1957.
It is interesting though that you brought up the Big East side, because I saw and read a rumor that apparently that a reunion with the Big East might be on the table with Notre Dame. in sports, obviously outside of football, because the Big East doesn't have football anymore.
Oh, well, so that would be perfect for Notre Dame.
Correct.
Yeah, go ahead and join us.
So,
and what good does Notre Dame do as a all sports member of the ACC if football's not coming along?
Right.
I mean, it just drives me crazy. And this stuff has been on my mind for 20 years now. Because I loved the Big East and I loved Northeast sports.
Yeah.
And I view Notre Dame as one of the elements that ruined what I used to love.
Yeah.
And the ACC is the other.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things where I don't know. I guess I'm with you. I don't mind their independence in the sense of like whatever, but like if you're going to choose to be aligned elsewhere with the other stuff, like I guess I just don't view like giving out the handout as being a necessity.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
They're mad that the ACC advocated for Miami over Notre Dame.
Right.
Well, guess what, Notre Dame? You're not in the football conference.
Right.
So why would they advocate for you?
Correct. Like, that's the thing.
Miami is.
And also, I guess I view it too from this angle of like the ACC threw them the life vest in 2020 during COVID. And I'm not trying to do the revisionist history. I'm not trying to make it sound like whatever. I just think in hindsight, they probably should have more strong-armed them at that time, throwing them the life vest than kind of doing this.
The same thing the Big East leadership did, which was think, oh, wow, we can be associated with Notre Dame. How great that's going to be for us. Well, it led to the destruction of the conference, and now the same thing's happening to the ACC. And it just makes me crazy. And I know there's a lot of people that love Notre Dame and are diehard, and I'm not one of them. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Makes two of us, so.
And a lot of people.
Yeah.
You love them or you hate them.
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, the other side of this, and I know, Jim, me and you are thrilled for two different reasons, but we got some G5s represented pretty well here in the playoff, much to the chagrin of many people. Look, I've said this a ton at this point, and I know, especially right now, it's a big rechewed whatever thing, but like, they did their job, right? At the end of the day, they won the games that they were supposed to win. They found themselves in this position. Don't go hating Tulane. Don't go hating James Madison because they did their job, right? They are
be an automatic bid. If they're that this is FCS school, and you win your conference, you should get it. And furthermore, I think Duke should have been the representative from the ACC.
Yeah.
Why have conference championship games if you're not going to send your champion? And that's another reason to hate on the ACC, that they would allow some sort of setup that would allow a team like Duke to win their conference.
I found it pretty crazy. And mind you, not that I disagree in this side with crazy. I'm defending Jim Phillips even for a minute here. But I do agree. I don't think anybody would have expected you would have to go 7 deep on a tiebreaker. That being said, it's crazy to me that the decision-making tiebreaker on this was opponent win percentage. Yeah. And like we had to get all the way down to at the time, 7-5 Duke team that got in through being just, I guess, in the right place at the right time with their 2025 schedule.
It's just an absolute embarrassment.
Yeah.
It's an absolute embarrassment, and another black eye for the ACC. They just continue to mismanage, and it's because of this mentality that the best part about their conference is Tobacco Road and the areas around Tobacco Road. And you knew that they had no idea what they were doing when they didn't commit to moving their basketball tournament to Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be the Atlantic Coast Conference, get it up to New York City. Yeah. Take advantage of owning the entire northeastern and the north or the eastern seaboard of the United States. And now of course, Cal is in the conference. Mm-hmm. Like they blew that narrative just the same way the Big East was forced to when they were pulling teams from outside the East. It's sickening, and it's born out of like the ACC leadership panicking instead of from the start sticking by their guns and realizing that a school like Syracuse or Boston College is just as important to the conference as North Carolina or Duke.
Yeah, 100%.
And one last thing. For everybody that said that makes fun of the Big East Conference for football, Miami won national championship, Virginia Tech won national championship, Pittsburgh. How have these teams done since they've gone to the ACC?
My point with that, to tag along with you, Jim, Manny Diaz won an ACC championship before Mario Cristobal did.
There you go.
Now, mind you, there's layers there, but that being said, Miami fans don't like being brought up.
You can tell that old Kyle doesn't have a lot of opinions about this.
We need to get Kyle.
We'll have many more coming up, though, about other sports.
There we go. Yeah. We'll get Kyle Foley here on the college side of things shortly enough, I think, maybe. I don't know. I think it'll help with Syracuse basketball.
But get ready for this. JMU's 23-point underdogs have to go on the road to Oregon, probably going to lose. Tulane, probably going to lose. And everybody's going to say, look, see? But that's not what it's about. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna have teams be under the umbrella of the FCS and just exclude them for any chance to compete for the national championship, and maybe somebody will pull an upset, if not this year, next year or the year, and make a run in the same way like a George Mason did for college basketball a few years ago. But you can't say, okay, you're in the FCS and you just won your league, but your season's done now. Yeah. You can't play in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. I know I said to you off air at one point, and the part that I don't like really in all this, frankly, is the fact that you're going after these athletes who are working, frankly, probably harder than the guys at the P5s
for less,
and everything less, like that.
Facilities are less,
and look, you're right. Odds on whatever here, James Madison and Tulane are not going to beat Oregon and Ole Miss. That being said, the people complaining are the ones who want to expand the playoff anyway. Yeah. Don't hate on them. Don't whatever here. Look, nobody has proper answers here. I will say this.
Go ahead.
I will say this. I think a lot of people kind of forget the NCAA. God, I'm defending everything I hate right now. The NCAA has no true power behind the college football playoff. It's a separate committee. It's essentially a whole other third party. The NCAA, the national championships they control, are D3, D2, and then FCS/1AA, however you want to call it, right? The NCAA's national championship for football, in the eyes of them, ends up in the hands of Montana State, the Dakotas, people like that. And it's just one of those things where people say, the NCAA needs to get this in line. Well, the NCAA kind of signed off on this deal years ago, back in the old BCS days, when people wanted a better way to go about determining the national champion then. And then now we get fast forward 15 years from that. It's just snowballed into this.
It comes down to what ways can these conferences and big-time schools make the most money. Not how can we best determine a champion. And it's like a lot of things in this world right now, that go to shit because it's all focused on money. But I'll tell you this, the excitement and atmosphere on the JMU campus and for JMU alumni across the country this week is what college sports is all about.
Yeah, I mean, you had players rushing the quad with their fellow students when Duke beat Virginia Saturday night. I mean, and that's the part where it drives me nuts, where it's just and this is why, and college football for a while was making inroads with me on this front, but not anymore right now. This is why college basketball is just superior to college football in this sense of just you brought up George Mason, right? Who in the hell, Kyle, do you even know where George Mason freaking is? Exactly. They're in Virginia, by the way, but that's here nor there in this scenario. But you probably never heard of George Mason until Jim brought it up, So
biggest chances of national prominence for that year, have that Cinderella run that'll be remembered by their students and alumni for 20, 30 years.
And this is where, in my mind, the NCAA, again, I hate this, I'm saying it, but the NCAA gets it right even on the football side with the FCS side. Every conference title winner gets automatically in, and then there's, at least on the football side, because you can't do 68 teams in a college football thing, but you have the 9 automatic bids into there, and then you have 7 at-larges, and you tell them to fight it out at that point. And it's to me, it's good. That's the way it should be. That's why
you win your conference. If you're in this organization and you and your conference is a part of this big organization, and you win your conference, then you got a seat at the table.
Yeah.
The second place team in the Sun Belt will never have it,
Correct.
Or the American Conference or whatever it is, like the SEC can get 3 or 4 teams in, or the Big Ten. But if you win your conference, and like even if you're Duke, who doesn't deserve to be in, but they did win their conference.
Correct.
So, they should get in. Same way in the NFL, the winner of the AFC North is going to get in the playoffs with probably a record about 500 or one game over.
Correct. I'm about to say that's usually something we say with the NFC South, but yeah.
Same thing.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how you get there. It's just the fact you got there.
Rules.
Yeah.
You qualified.
Yep.
It's not somebody saying, you know what? You won your conference, but clearly we can tell you're don't have what it takes to win this thing, so you're done because we decided by the eye test.
Yeah. So, hey, look, either way, those games don't get played out now for another week. Obviously, we got a couple bowl games and Army Navy in between, but it's just people are going to still talk about it.
And Notre Dame doesn't want to go to a bowl game?
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad for the kids that might have a chance to play one more college football game, the seniors, for the alumni who look forward to traveling for those games, and for the schools and the ACC. I don't even know if the ACC gets money if Notre Dame plays in a bowl game. They don't. So whatever. It's ridiculous.
And of course, the interesting caveat in all this is the fact that beginning next year, Notre Dame, as long as they're 12th or above in the rankings, they're automatically in. So. Good fun. Nice
for them to have that, I guess. But guess what? This year, you lost head-to-head to Miami.
Yeah. Yep.
And don't complain that it was the first week of the season, because the first week should matter just as much as the 10th week.
Yeah. Yeah, and that opens up to me, that caveat, an interesting deal anyway, because personally, I don't think Alabama should be in.
I don't either.
They're really the ones to me where...
But I like it.
They got boat raced by Georgia, and
they went to the championship game and lost.
Yeah,
and they have 3 losses.
Yeah.
Well, guess who? They got Oklahoma. I got money on Oklahoma plus 9,000.
Yeah.
Not saying that they could. I think Oklahoma could win it all.
Their defense, Oklahoma's defense, is national title worthy. That offense is
get to the semis, and there's some hedging opportunities.
Defense travels.
Yeah, and especially in the postseason.
Yeah,
so I just hope they beat Alabama.
But yeah, I mean they don't punish Alabama, but they punish BYU. It's whatever. So
yeah, it's ridiculous. They should expand it further.
Yeah.
To
well, that was my thing.
15 to 20 teams.
Well, that was my thing at the end of it, right? When they did the 12, I'm like, you might as well have just done 16. That way you avoid literally most of these issues.
Notre Dame would have been in. I don't know who else would have been. BYU probably would have been in.
But I view it too from this. You avoid all that, and it's an even bracket at that point. You don't have these weird, random buys and stuff. Like if you're going to do it, do it. Like I don't know.
I agree. It's awesome. Yeah. Like once it starts, the tournament is awesome.
Yeah.
Expand it. Yep. Make it last longer. Start the college football season a week earlier. Don't have such a big layover between the end of the regular season and these championship games and then the start of the tournament. I mean, but we've talked too long about this.
Yep, we have. So, all right. NBA Cup, Emirates Cup, whatever the hell you want to talk it. Jim, you're just out here winning money on it, so that's good for you. I have not won anything on that.
I was looking through my picks on FanDuel for this for the show today.
Yeah.
And I saw that FanDuel was offering me a 50% profit boost on a single game parlay for the so why not? So I basically took a high probability hit 3-way parlay on the Lakers and Spurs, and it hit, and I won $50 on a $10 bet.
There we go.
Thank you, FanDuel.
Kyle, this is at least some territory that you can get in. So going to Vegas now in the East, it's the Knicks and the Magic. In the West, Spurs and the Thunder. Hard to imagine not having the Thunder be the odds-on favorite in this deal at this point.
Yeah, they're double-digit favorites every time they take the court. There was some stat like they've had 20-point leads in all 30 games this year at one point, and yeah, I mean they're on all the teams are here and they're just on another level. I don't think anyone can beat them, and certainly not the freaking Spurs.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna win this, and I think for the East though, I am gonna take the Magic over the Knicks. I think the Magic are good, and they've beaten the Knicks this year already.
Are you? So you're trusting Desmond Bain to get back in the head of OG Anunoby, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
So Magic, Thunder.
Okay.
We know who's going to win, though. Thunder.
The odds are crazy. That Thunder's like minus 180, and then everybody else. Then there's everybody else who's like
they're
plus 300.
The Thunder are on the 2015 Warriors level.
Yeah.
Literally, they started what were they, 25-0?
The Warriors?
Yeah.
I don't know about 25. I'd have to double check.
No, it was definitely undefeated in the first 25 games at least.
And the other thing about the Thunder, when you compare them to Golden State, the one reason why I don't think they're just so universally embraced is because they don't have that star. Like SGA obviously is the star, but he doesn't have that same type of star power that Del Curry or a Michael Jordan did, when on the busting through the NBA fans to the general sports fan, I guess. Like I could go home and ask my daughter when she gets home from college Friday if she knows who Michael Jordan is or Del Curry, and she of course does. But then I could say, "How about Shea Alexander Gregorius?" and she would be like, "Who?"
Yeah. 24, by the way, Kyle, was the Warriors opening before they lost the game. 24-0.
Good run.
So they lost their 25th game.
Yep. So.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's the funny part about that is I feel like I guess there's an outside chance he plays. I doubt it, but I feel like Wembanyama's got the better general public weight than SGA does at this point.
Yeah,
in
but
that
SGA's
sense,
got a ring.
It's true. I don't know. So it's weird. I don't like how the cup is necessarily structured in this sense. Like now we have regular season games happening again today. The semifinals are Sunday, I think, right? Something like that.
Saturday,
and then the final is Monday, right, or something. I don't know. It's just all this to hang a banner, as I jokingly say, over you won 7 games or something like that.
Yep.
So
final is on Tuesday, and of course, all on Amazon Prime.
Yes, yeah.
So
although I will say I do like Prime's coverage. I do like the Prime package. It's not bad.
Yeah, but I definitely agree.
Yeah. So. I liked how I don't know if anybody really picked this up, at least watching on Prime, but I liked how they're using different teams, at least in the opening stuff. I don't know. I'm guessing it won't be this for the semifinals, but they were using the regional guys for the broadcasts of each game. Like I know the Hornets guy was doing the Heat Magic game, which was pretty.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It was random, but it was pretty cool. I mean, so.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, open it up a little bit. So, all right. I guess at this point we can get to the NFL side of things here.
Let's talk some betting.
Yeah, take a look at our bets from this past week. Guys, it's not good that I have now carried us back-to-back weeks in the win column here. What is happening?
You're back to the...
I'm back on not having to worry about 0-3 sending me into bankruptcy again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care what anybody says. The Raiders did an excellent job kicking the field goal. The officials did the job correctly. Everything was great. So... No gruff from me there.
I personally learned, this is a lesson for anybody out there. That JMU bet was a bet with my heart.
That's true. It was.
I don't know that much about Troy or,
yeah.
Or even, honestly, for JMU that matter. I watched a few games this year because my daughter goes there and I like them. But that was a bet with the heart. I shouldn't have done it. Never bet with your heart. That's why I don't bet Syracuse ever.
Yeah.
And then the Bills game, my God, how do they do that in those conditions? I mean, it was freaking awful. It was a shootout.
It was crazy. They did that. It was an air raid in the snow.
Jeez, it wasn't even close. What was the total? Like 80?
It was 39-34 final, so 73, right?
Yeah, I mean, my God, close.
Yeah.
Only missed it by 4 touchdowns.
It was basically my under in the Cowboys-Lions game last Thursday.
Yeah.
But to be fair, going into the fourth, it was possible this could have hit, but they've combined for 28 points in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And they ended up with 74 total. And look, I had the under at 55.
I had the under too, not in the show, but I did. That's what I played. I played the under.
So of course we have a high-scoring Thursday night game, and then tonight will be that low-scoring, boring game.
And then that Eagles game was ridiculous. I've never seen
5
a
turnovers
worse performance from Jalen Hurts.
5 turnovers, a missed field goal by Jake Elliott. Just a team that you can't believe lost or are on a 3-game losing streak right now. Every week, it's like you think they're going to get better, and no, it's like it's stunning.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was a great back-to-back primetime game watching the Chiefs go down the way they did, and then watching the Eagles just be the Eagles at this point. Like, it was great.
Yeah, it was wild. Every time you looked up, it was another turnover.
Yeah, so. All right. Yeah, let's get to our picks then. I need to get the app opened up here so I can give everybody the best lines available, and I guess I get to start us off again, guys. This is great. Tough week this week to pick from. I admittedly struggled. I'm not thrilled, admittedly, with any of my games that I've really gone with, but
my problem this
sometimes
week
you just gotta do it.
Usually I just look at it and off the top of my head,
Yeah.
like, oh, geez, look at that line. That's great. I like that. And then I usually will end up with 1 of 3 of those games.
Yeah.
From my list of games I like. This week, I saw a lot of games that I liked, and then I thought about them a little more, and I even flipped a couple of them.
Yeah.
It's tough because you got teams that don't have anything to play for anymore. Actually, better probably if they lose for draft pick position.
True.
And then you got teams that have a lot to play for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to tell if the teams that don't have a lot to play for are going to show up or not.
Yeah.
Traditionally, they do.
Yeah.
It's an NFL game. They come to win. But
Yeah, I got to a point with this week where I almost double dipped on a game. Almost did a total and a spread option, which
you can do that.
still might do. To be fair, I'm kind of going back and forth on my last selection. So
You're up with the 2 wins last week.
Yeah. So my first one, even though it didn't hit last week, I'm gonna go back to the well on this. It's allegedly scheduled to be the coldest game on record at Soldier Field for a football game. I'm gonna go with Cleveland and Chicago under the 39.5. I don't think Cleveland can do exactly what they replicated on offense last week. Caleb Williams, when he faces a competent defense, kind of looks like the Caleb Williams from last year still.
I agree. The Browns defense was pretty bad last week, though.
I just have a hard time imagining. Again, who knows? We saw what happened in the Bengals and Bills game. Obviously, we just talked about it, but I'm gonna go back to the well at least one more week here with like Browns under. So Browns Bears under 39.5.
I like
it. Jim, I guess you carry the option here technically. If you want it, you can take it. If not, defer it over.
I'll take it.
All right.
This was one of the games I looked at, and the Patriots were getting 1.5 at home.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, the 10-game winning streak, all that. Coming off a bye week, it's like, what's going on here? And then you look a little closer, and you remember that in the first matchup in Buffalo, the Bills committed 11 penalties and had 3 turnovers. And then you look at the wins, look at the quarterbacks that the Patriots have faced since that game against the Bills. Rattler, Cam Ward, Gabriel, Penix, Mayfield, which is obviously a good one, Fields, Flacco, and Dart. That's who the Patriots have beat.
So as I said, they're a good team, but not that 11-2 team.
Right. And I'm starting to, after researching a little more, I'm starting to see the light here as far as Cal says. Also, in the first 2 months of the season, the Patriots' rushing defense was number 1 in the league. The last 2 months, 13 in the league.
Yeah.
Some injuries going on there. And then the final thing that actually put me over the top was Josh Allen on the road when the spread's under 3 is 17-7. That's 71% against the spread. So give me the Bills minus 1.5.
Well, okay, so
DraftKings has a different.
Yeah,
You
so
see that, right?
Well, this is the interesting part here happening, just because of everything here. The best odds I can give you here, Jim, would be actually technically just to take the Bills straight up.
Give it to me.
Because
money line.
The best odds that I have over here, Kyle, I don't know if this is what you're seeing, is technically the Bills at giving up half a point is the same odds as them on the money line at minus 115.
Then I want money line.
You got it. So
Yeah, what I was saying, and now I just looked and it's changed since yesterday. DraftKings had the Bills at plus 1.5, and FanDuel had the Bills at minus 1.5.
And that's crazy.
And it stayed that all night last night.
That's arbitrage right there.
And then I just checked, and now I'm shocked because now they're both the same.
yeah.
Well, if you see an opportunity like that, you have enough cash at your disposal, it's guaranteed money.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I like it. I don't know if I love it, but I like it.
I don't know if I love it either, but
well, I'm basically
rooting for the Bills.
I'm also basing it off our Bills Weekly talk from Monday. Kyle, on to you.
I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh.
-2.5 at the Saints. I like Carolina coming off a bye. I like the fact that they did lose them earlier this year, so now they'll probably win the second matchup.
I can get you a flat 2, so.
Cool.
For the sake of time, that's one of mine.
Oh,
too.
you're tailing as well here. Okay.
And the last time the Panthers in the first matchup couldn't run the ball, and they can run the ball now. And yeah, I just like that they're coming off a bye too. And the Saints, they had 2 rushing touchdowns from Tyler Shuck, is his name.
Yep.
Against Tampa Bay, and that's just one of the odd NFL games in the season, and they'll go right back to normal, being the normal Saints.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm you know me. I've been with the Panthers all year. I'm definitely going to stick with them when they're getting points, or when they're playing the Saints. They're not getting points, but it's less than a field goal.
Yeah. That was one of my options. That game was an option for me too, but I decided to stay away from it anyway. So that way we don't have
NFC South title.
Yep.
The Bucs lose tonight. They have a shot to go to first.
It's true.
Sunday with a win.
It's true. Speaking of firsts, this team, for my next pick, I don't think they can get away with it anymore, playing with fire the way that they do. I'm taking Green Bay -1.5 on the road in Denver. Just Denver, for whatever reason, can't get away from teams for the most part. There's a caveat to last week, but one of those things where
it's a crazy line.
Yeah,
You're saying the NFC is better than the AFC? Like, is that what this line says?
I think.
Because it's to me it's wild. Like
I just view it from the angle, right, of like 2 similar environments in terms of like how it's going to feel at the games compared to where they both play. It's obviously in Denver, and like I said, I mean, perfect example is last week. I knew there were circumstances, but like Denver in control, and they end up not covering another spread. So I'm just going to roll with the gut on that one, take Green Bay, and not question myself.
Okay.
So I guess here, because Jim, we got you on the second one. Kyle, back to you.
It's tough.
I can go if you want.
Yeah, you can
I'll
go.
give my third pick.
Go ahead.
Another one. Look at the initial lines. I see the Titans getting 13.5. You know me, any NFL team getting like over 10 piques my interest.
Mm-hmm.
But, then I looked a little further into it. And first of all, I like teams coming off a bye. So San Francisco's coming off a bye. Their defense is healthy. They need the win.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this stat. The Titans obviously don't win a lot of games in the past few years. But when they do, they're 0-10 against the spread the following week.
Oh,
0-10
look at that.
against the spread the following after a week following a win. So, I think for the first time this year, I'm on the 49ers.
All right.
And they need 2 touchdowns to cover.
Well, not quite, because I can get you a -12.
I'll take it.
All right.
Take the best line I can get, as usual,
You
as
got
we
it.
do on this show.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to roll against the Cardinals again.
Whoa.
Texans -9.5. Do you have any lower?
9.5 is the
I
best
think
I can
so.
do for you.
I just think, again, that defense against the Cardinals offense, I mean, you probably see a defensive touchdown. And, it's kind of more of a gut feeling, too. I just don't think the Cardinals are good, and I think the Texans are really, really good, especially defensively. So
I like
We'll
it.
find out this week. This is the type of game where a team like the Texans can just further continue the momentum, or just like is one of the games that we talk about on Monday. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, can you believe that?
Yeah.
yeah, 8-2 after an 0-3 start. The Texans are. I think they'd be the first team since 2016 to make the playoffs after an 0-3 start.
Oh, wow.
So pretty crazy.
Be
the
big.
turnaround.
Be big.
What do you guys think about the Chargers getting 4.5 at the Chiefs?
Well, the funny part there is you can get them best available +6.5 right now.
That's
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like, the Chiefs are left for dead right now.
I worry about Herbert's hand.
But it's not his throwing hand, and it certainly looked good against Philadelphia.
There were moments.
Yeah, that was an ugly game. It was tough, but they just come off a win against the Eagles, and
It's
now
fair.
they're playing Kansas City, who's like literally like they're not mathematically out, but they're out.
Yeah.
And the Chargers have a ton to play for.
I feel like you're trying to talk me into this game. All of a sudden, I can't do it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stick to my guns here on my last pick. Part of me wanted to also do the Browns plus 8.5 at Chicago. Part of me.
I'm done
That may be
against the Bears.
And that may be something I do anyway later on and down the line here before the game. That being said, we'll stick with my gun here that I initially did. I'm going to do the Bengals plus 3 at home against Baltimore.
We always have that one that's the same. That's the third
So
one.
you're doing that as well? Okay. So
I like it too. It scares me that T. Higgins is out though.
yeah, but
Well, remember, you missed the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah.
And they destroyed them in Baltimore.
And Burrow doesn't lose much as a starting quarterback, and he's coming off a loss.
yeah.
And for those Bengals to come into Buffalo and play the game that they did in that weather was impressive. But it takes a lot out of them, I think. Number one, and number two, like the defense wasn't still good again, for the Bengals. But I passed on this because I don't know what to think about either team anymore.
But that's the thing. You talk about the Kansas City thing. Baltimore now is a team also that's just in complete
disarray.
Shambles,
You got
frankly.
Eagles, Chiefs, and Ravens that are really like their fan bases have to be shook right now.
Yeah.
Here's the wild stat from that game coming up that I couldn't believe. The last time the Ravens scored 30 points in a game was week 2. I get that Lamar was out for a while, but the fact that I'm bringing that up is because the Bengals put up a lot of points.
Yeah.
So if they're not going to hit that 30-point mark, it's probably not going to be ideal.
Right.
On top of that, Baltimore's given up 59 points in the last 2 weeks. So all of a sudden, Baltimore's defense, again, is one of the worst.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like the Bengals, might just went outright, too.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. That's what I originally thought, too. I just wonder if, losing T. Higgins might, because he's been better than Chase since Burrow's been back.
It's true. Yeah. But I'll do the old Brent
Can they
Musburger.
stop Derrick Henry?
True. But I'll do my old Brent Musburger adage here. A home team getting points, what could be better than that? So
It's a thing for a reason, right?
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. The Henry thing is interesting though because man, he's going to be like a great Arizona Cardinal next year.
Is he done? Is he cooked?
It's a
He had
good question.
Couple runs early in the year where you're against the Bills.
Yeah.
Where you're like, holy cow, look at that guy go.
It's crazy the run. It's crazy. I mean, I guess it is with every football player, but running backs, especially as we know, man. When you get to the wall, man, you're at the wall.
Usually for most, it's age 28 to 30.
He's there.
How old is he?
I don't think he's my age.
Then there's a few that get into the 30s and just keep on going, and those are the great ones.
Derrick Henry is.
I think he's
31. He is my age.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well. Yeah. I mean, he's at that. He's beyond the number. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, he's going to be a great Arizona Cardinal next year. The NFL's retirement home.
I'm just looking here. The Bengals actually held him to his lowest yards in a game in 10 weeks when they held him to 60 on Thanksgiving night. So who knows? I mean, again, stuff that doesn't make sense. You would think he'd run all over the Bengals.
It's true.
That's true, but I can't argue with anybody wanting to bet on a team that Joe Burrow's starting for.
Yeah.
Because he's just phenomenal, and if it wasn't for the injuries, he'd probably have 5 NFL MVP awards.
Yeah. Joe Cool. For a reason.
Hey, I got to bust out of here and leave the end of the show to you two guys.
Yeah.
But
About to say, we're pretty much at the end anyway.
I thought we might talk some Syracuse basketball, but I do have something I got to attend to.
All right.
We can talk some NHL maybe.
All right, yeah, that works. All right, Kyle, go ahead. You take the lead then on this one as Jim gets out of here. Yeah, go.
Something I've been noticing a lot lately, the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh, yeah.
You want to take them in a lot of bets.
Yeah.
I'm noticing,
Them and the Kings.
yes, the Kings constantly, even when they're not winning, they're at least getting a point. And obviously the Hurricanes are at the top of that list. But there's only a few teams I would bet on consistently, and that would be them and maybe the Avalanche. But other than that, the rest of the league is so hit or miss. I think NHL is now becoming one of the toughest leagues to bet in. Because every night you're seeing teams that have... The other night, Sabres go into Edmonton. I get it, the Oilers aren't the same team. But they beat the Oilers. And then, later that night, Nashville goes in and beats... Oh, I forgot who it was, on the road. To cap off the TNT doubleheader, and it's just like stunning because in the NFL you don't see back-to-back upsets like that.
Yeah, just doing some quick look here for future purposes here on that side. Not great value for either Anaheim or the Kings to make the playoffs, but division winner wise, you can get the Kings at 5-1, and you can get the Ducks at 5-1. If you want to go really deep in the bag here to win the conference, LA at 14-1, the Ducks at 25-1. So
yeah, I like the LA one. I mentioned that I think last week.
Yeah,
I think the Kings could make a run. And again, we're 30 games into the year. Teams will still make trades at the deadline. Teams that are at the top could even fall back. I mean, there's even teams that are down lower that you would think would be higher, like New Jersey.
Yeah,
the Rangers. It's hard to believe what the Rangers have done lately. Florida injuries and all that. Toronto's down. I mean, if you look at Toronto, what are they, 15th in the league?
yeah.
I know they lost Mitch Marner, but still, you would be shocked hearing
Well,
that.
if you talk to Maple Leafs fans, that was an addition by subtraction by losing Marner. So
Yeah, the Oilers are even further down, 17th. Yeah, I mean, actually, all the Canadian teams, Winnipeg, Ottawa.
it seems too, and I don't know, maybe I'm reading too deep into things. I don't know. It seems like the injury bug is like very rampant this year in the NHL for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I know just today, I know Victor Hedman's heading back to the IR, and it's different with hockey, right? Because you get put on the IR in hockey, you're only, 7 days, right? Is the minimum stay on it, but like you're back in a week potentially.
Yeah.
Right. So you're only missing usually 2 or 3 games at most. So it's not like a huge detriment, but like some of these teams, right? Like just some of the ones that really stick out to me, right? Like you mentioned New Jersey, but Jack Hughes is out obviously for an extended period. Vegas has been without Aiden Hill all year. In net, obviously I mentioned like Hedman with the Lightning, but like I think too, like the Sabres just got Josh Norris back, and different entirely, but like Dahlin's back too. I noticed, but like stuff like that, right? Where I just feels like there's a lot more people missing time this year than normal. And like I said, maybe I'm just reading way too deep into this. I don't know. It just feels that way. So I think that helps, especially, the teams that have these like younger-ish cores kind of take off. I mean, like Chicago's still to me, and I know they've kind of come back to earth a little bit, but like, I mean, I was watching them again last night, and Chicago's just out here scoring goals, and they're just they're doing well. Well, that probably helps a little bit, but like they're doing things that I don't think anybody really expected them to do this year. Is what I'm getting at. I think that kind of is helping these younger teams and younger cores kind of flourish a little bit, maybe sooner than expected.
Yeah, I mean they have a winning record, quote winning record, but not getting the extra points enough. And I look at a team like Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people didn't think they'd be very good because they're so young.
There's another one. Logan Cooley's out too for a while.
One of their leading goal scorers is now going to be out a while because he crashed into a post. I mean, how freak of an injury is that? I think though that these young teams that are showing up, like Utah, Chicago, Anaheim, I'm not sure if they can sustain that all year. So I think you're going to really be looking at Colorado, Dallas, Carolina, and Vegas.
And I think, that's why the Anaheim side, like you're honing in on, is probably the better side of choosing between maybe those young teams because, like, they do have some veteran presence on that team still.
Yeah.
It's not totally just, like, a bunch of rookies.
Anaheim has Chris Kreider, who was with the Rangers forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like
and he's having a hell of a year, too.
Yeah. Couple other guys, like, I think Utah is way more younger than Anaheim. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I don't know. I think Utah can be very good. Some of the young players, it's kind of what the Sabres should have been.
Yeah, well,
a few years ago.
Shout out Paterka.
Yeah, and here the Sabres are 29th in the league, going on year 15 of the drought. Meanwhile, all these other young teams that have not been good recently, like the Sabres, have turned that corner, it seems like. And then you look at the Sabres, and they just can't ever figure it out. It's hard to believe.
Yep. Well, the beauty about it is everything can change just like that sometimes. But I don't know about for the Sabres in this case. But
yeah, they're definitely not making it this year.
All right. I think that about does it, Kyle, at this point. I can't think of anything else to really talk about right now specifically.
I mean, we didn't really mention it.
Do we want to do
Rivers?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if we want to do the baseball stuff, but yeah, old man Rivers back. Just sucks about Daniel Jones, right? You can say what you want about him, but like the fact of the matter is he was having a good enough year, was playing himself, frankly, into a job somewhere next year. I don't know if that would have been still with the Colts or elsewhere, but yeah, playing with a broken fibula and then tearing your Achilles in the other leg, brutal, just brutal.
So basically why I wanted to bring that up, because it's not official, and Riley Leonard did practice fully yesterday.
Okay.
I think that was a bit surprising. Do you actually think we see Phillip Rivers take a snap on Sunday?
I'm going to say yeah. I don't think you bring him in just for the sake of having
So you don't think
just for a backup being a backup. I don't think they trust Riley Leonard clearly, or they don't trust his health enough, and yeah,
I think I'm going to lean with you and say yes, although I don't know, it's so odd to me, like
I just view it and
how short of a notice it is.
Right. And to do the devil's advocate on maybe our end, where to go the opposite way, maybe they just do buy into the fact that he knows that offense really well and he can pinch hit in that moment if Leonard has to come out.
You just better hope he doesn't get hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
44 years old.
I just think if you were to go just for a backup element, you have Brett Rippon already there as well, but like
they really didn't want Ryan Tannehill.
But my thing too is I view it from this side of like you can in the NFL you can sign guys off the practice squad to bring them on your active roster, and not to whatever because I don't think they are, but like they could have gone after like a Kyle McCord or a Sam Hartman or a like you know what I mean like type of guy just to back up. So
Heineke.
Yeah, Heineke's available. Yeah. I mean. So I guess maybe that's my angle of it, where I just feel like I don't know if you bring a guy like him back if you weren't planning to use him.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, definitely for myself, I would say this. I think everyone wants to see him. I mean, just knowing that he's 44 years old.
Yes, yeah.
No, it's the storyline. It's not about like,
true, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna go win them that game. No, I don't think anyone thinks that. Yeah. I think it's like, oh my God, a 44-year-old man is out there who hasn't played in 5 years. Mm-hmm. Like, just the storylines of how interesting it'll be to watch. And I think if he's not out there, the NFL world will, other than maybe Colts fans, will kind of be, like, disappointed. Right. It's, like, Sunday, we're going to watch Red Zone, and we're like, oh, my God, there comes Phillip Rivers. It's just nuts. You couldn't even have thought about that before the season started.
That's true. It was not on my bingo card. Not on my bingo card.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's get out here on that note. I think we can officially at that point. So, Kyle, appreciate you. Jim's gone, but I appreciate him as well. We'll be back at it again next Thursday. After that, Kyle, we're going to need to figure out what we're going to be doing the couple of weeks after here for this podcast because of Christmas Day and the New Year's Day falling on Thursday. 2 weeks from today
is Christmas. So it's hard to believe.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out. How either way, we'll be back next Thursday as normal, so don't worry about that. You can find the FL1 Sports Podcast here on fingerlakes1.com, the FL1 YouTube channel, and all major podcasting platforms. Enjoy the weekend of sports, everybody. Good luck with your picks if you make them, and we'll talk again next week.
FL1